This is how to make a hyper-efficient lossless multi-cave spider farm. This is how many levels you get from 1 hour of AFKing, and this is how much string and spider eyes you get. I'm using a diamond spear with Bane of Arthropods on it. You need at least Bane of Arthropods level 4 to one-shot spiders, and that can work on a iron spear as well. So the first thing you need to understand when it comes to cave spider spawning or any mob farm that involves a spawning block is that you have to be within 16 blocks of the spawner. If you are 1 block out, it doesn't activate. But if you get in that radius, then it starts activating, and it's a circle around the block for it to start working. So what you'll want to do is you'll go into your world and you'll count how far away each spawner is, so that way you can replicate it in a creative world to make things easier. You could do everything in survival, that would just be a lot of extra work. So I'd suggest designing it in creative and then just building it in survival afterwards. So first you'd count how many blocks it is away from the other one. So I already have recreated this in creative mode. Like I followed a tutorial on this. You can see it in the description where I got a lot of the principles for this cave spider spawner. But I was like, I don't like how I have my AFK spot in a different place than my kill chamber, because the kill chamber is too far away from the AFK spot. So because of that, I can't just stay here and just smack at them aimlessly. So from there, for example, over here I have 1 spawner, and then I have the other spawner over there. This one is the exact distance as it is in the other world. And the way it works is you have to say, for this spawner, I have to stand within this pink radius, which is a circle with a diameter of 33 blocks. And you can use this website, which is also in the description, to be able to create these kind of spheres. So once you create the sphere for 1 circle and then the sphere for the other spawner, then you can find the area that it intersects, where both circles are interlapping. That is the area where you want your AFK spot, and preferably your kill chamber, so you can have them both in the same area. Over here I have a demonstration of that with the farm complete. So I just have these fence gates are just purely so I can see the circle, but I can pass through it. So you don't need these. This is just for my sake. And this is just what I was using to mark how far this one was from that. And what you will do is underneath each of these areas, you're going to create a 9 by 9 by 4 room with 1 block on top, because this is the amount of area the spiders can spawn in. And you don't need to make it deeper for them to fall immediately out of the radius, because they don't spawn fast enough for them to spawn again while there's still a spider there. So then you'd have a water source block in each of the 4 corners, and you'd have a slab or a solid block on top of this, so nothing spawns on top of the spawner and stays there. And you can have the ceiling whatever you like other than transparent blocks. These tinted glass don't let any light in, so it allows you to look into it and mobs still spawn. And then you create this 2 by 2 hole with one of the corners underneath. On top of that, where the water is, you'd place open gate, and on the outside you'd place these iron bars. The iron bars are very important because it makes it so that the spider doesn't try and climb onto the wall when it's falling, because it's not a full block. So they're getting pushed, they fall, but they can't grab onto it as easily. And then underneath this, you'd have a 4 wide passageway for the water, with water 1 in each corner, and you do it up until the water starts running out. This is 7 blocks before the water in the middle runs out. And then you just block off the water on the side, Otherwise, it would do this. And then you just continue it down 1 block. And this other side is the exact same thing, except this is just the minimum amount of space needed. I'm sure you could do it with this 1 block up, though I just liked having more space when building, because it's inconvenient to try and be in this 1 block space. When you were combining 2 streams like this, you want to make it so that when they're turning over here, they don't have full blocks to get on. So if you have these iron gates over here, then when they're still like on the edge and not in the middle, they still can't reach the wall to grab onto it. And if you have any trouble with things grabbing onto walls or getting stuck, just place the iron gates there, and that should fix the problem. And then this is my own design. It was surprisingly simple. I tried way harder designs that didn't even work as good as this. What you want is, it's a 3 wide tunnel, and it's just got water at the top, and at the top it pushes them into the killing chamber, which I'll show you more later. And down here it's this simple design where it's 1, 2, 3, it's these water areas, and then on the intersection it has these fence gates. Underneath here we have this blue ice to prevent any stragglers from getting caught, because occasionally the spider AI is trying to walk away from the water and it'll just get stuck. But having this ice makes it so that when another one comes in, it pushes them in. And just having those 4 blocks of blue ice speeds up the farm and makes them not get caught and get to you a little quicker. So if we do this, you can see that they're not getting stuck. They just go through the system, and it works great. And then over here, we still have this 4 wide stream, just like we had down there. If this is confusing at all, I will be showing you the step-by-step stuff as I create this in my survival world. So this is just an explanation for you. So don't worry if it's getting confusing. So up here, we have the slabs and the trapdoors. This is very important, otherwise they get out. We don't want that. We don't want them getting out. That's not cool. It sucks. And with Bane of Arthropods 4 on an iron or diamond weapon, you can easily smack these guys out of existence. If you were using a sword, you could possibly deal more damage and have a less high Bane of Arthropods level. Give me a sec while I test that. Bane of Arthropod 3 is the minimum you need on a sword, but if you want to get everything, you'd need to make sure you have sweeping edge, because if they're far enough away, they could not activate it. In my culture craft, though, I use spears, so that's why I've been testing with spears. So, trapdoor combination with slabs allows them to not get through. And we have the trapdoors facing this way, so that if any spare items get stuck out there, like that, we can just flick it in. And then over here, we have full blocks, because I found that sometimes they would just kind of crawl over here into the back corner, and I want to stay in the activation zone for both of them, so I just made that full block, so it just pushes them out still. Over here we have iron bars surrounding the whole thing, because if we were half a block closer, there's a chance that they could bite us and give us poison, and we don't want that, so we just have this as like a little guardrail. And on the last set of 4 blocks over here, we go underneath, we see that they are stairs, and those stairs are facing like this. So that way the water, the items and the XP fall into that little hole, and those stairs are also waterlogged so that the water flows over into that area where you see it. Over here, this is what it looks like, and we have more iron bars over here, because otherwise, if we had this as a full block, XP would get trapped here and not be able to pass through into this stream, and then it wouldn't be able to go into this collection area where you have, and this is a trapdoor, so that way you could stand right on top of it and be able to collect the XP through it. Okay, so with that explanation, let's go into my world and recreate this. Alright, now I'm going to break the blocks that are in the area where I can stand to activate both of the areas. And I'll come back to you once I'm done with that. So after multiple hours of like chipping away at trying to reconstruct the chamber where I could stand, I got to this point and I'm like, wait, the spawner should be there if I'm following this properly. And like I've been chipping at it for multiple hours while on the phone with friends over the past few days because I've been just doing little bits here and there, and because I've been editing the previous episodes of Culture Craft, and I realized that's where the spawner should be if I built that right. And it turns out I built this 90 degrees counterclockwise the wrong direction. This would be fine if it was all shaped this way. It was so... Oh, I have to do it all again. I was like a third of the way done, or maybe half. Alrighty, I have finished clearing out and marking the area where I need to stand if I want to activate the farm. And I plan on having it open over here, and like you can walk in and see stuff, but for now I'm just leaving it like this so I can see. And this is where it was before, you know, that corner is this one. Alrighty, so material wise, you are going to need a good amount of oak fences, trapdoors, plenty of iron bars, and building blocks. I'm just using copper right now as a stand-in block because I don't know what I want this place to look like decor-wise yet. So I'm just having in a bright stand-in block that I can easily count with. So you're going to want to go to your spawner. You want a slab on top so nothing spawns on top of it. And while we're building, we're going to have a torch on it. So that way it's not going to spawn anything while we're here. So we need to go at least 2 blocks down, and underneath it is where we'd have our hole. And by the end of it, you'd make it look like this. You'd have that 2x2 in the middle, and this iron bar on the outside. And then we're gonna want trap doors that are open over here. And then you will clear out a 9x9x4 total space, and it's 4 away from this spawner in each direction. So right now we're 1 away, 2 away, 3 away, 4 away, like this. I already had a little border over here, so I'll just visualize it for you. This is something what it should look like. This is in the middle, it's 4 to the side each way. And from here, you'd put 1 water source in each corner. Alright, now it should look something like this. And now I'm going to go replicate that over on the other side. I have now replicated it over here on this side. Now I'll show you how to make the channels that send it over into the killing chamber we're going to make. Firstly, you would go down here, you dig at least something like this, where your 2 blocks space underneath your platform. The reason it's too high is to prevent the spiders from grabbing onto anything, and also to allow you space to build down here easily. And these tunnels are going to be 4 blocks wide. You need to decide where your killing chamber is going to be, and you design where the tunnels are going based off of that, or you'd make your tunnels and then your killing chamber. And in this design, I've already, you saw my creative world where I designed where I'd have it somewhere right there. So that's where it's going to end up going. That's where we're going to make our tunnels flow. And the channel designs are very simple. You just, here at the entrance, you want to make sure that you have your 4 wide area. And the longest you can make each of these channels is 7 blocks. So far we have 4, 5, 6, 7. So we place our water buckets in these corners like this. And as you can see right here, it flows down. To keep things simple and not have any problems at all, we're just going to block that off with just any sort of fence gate to keep the water in its place. And because of the way that the water is facing, it creates this kind of V shape here that pushes the spiders, keeping them always in the middle so they're not climbing onto the walls or the ceilings. And if you ever have a problem where they are trying to fight the stream, having the last set of blocks be iron bars prevents them from being able to grab onto it, because the iron bars are not full blocks. And because over here I'm gonna end up making a slight turn in my design, I'm basically just gonna have this scooted over one to bring it up into my killing chamber. I'm going to make sure I use these because I don't want to risk them getting caught on it. Whenever you're making any kind of turn, you want to use more iron bars. I'm gonna go do this over there on that side. I got that done. And over here, I'm working on this next part of getting it further down towards where the killing chamber is gonna go up. And because this is scooting over to the left one, because I wanted my killing chamber to be over in this area, I'm having these fence gates on the side so the spiders are less likely to grab onto them. And the same thing applies over here in going this direction. Going about 5 or 6 blocks away from the turn and then stopping, your iron bars should be sufficient. Like, see over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can start using normal blocks again. Okay, over here we have one more of those channels done right here. And now we're gonna get work on the killing chamber. And because I want it up, I'm going to make a elevator-like device out of water that I'll show you how to make. So at the end of our tunnel, we're gonna wanna go 6 blocks and more this way. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I clear out the area. I have this area cleared out. Alright, so once you have that set up, you want your tunnel is gonna be that goes up, the tube is gonna be 3 by 4. So over here, these 3 blocks, by now this has definitely been enough iron blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The spider should be fine by now. We don't need to make it go more this way. Plus this is going to be where the tunnel is. We want these 4 blocks towards the entrance of the tube to be blue ice. And then over here, we're going to have our fence gates like this. And then we're going to open them up. And we place our water over here in these corners. And then you dig out a space as far up as you need to take it to bring it to where your kill chamber is. And then I'll show you how to do the kill chamber next. Alright, so this right here is where I want the killing chamber to be. So I'd be standing right here and slashing away. Now I'll connect by breaking enough space here, down there to lead the tunnel all the way up to this. Okay, so this is what it'll look like. You only want 1 block right here at this part because we don't want to have to go further to get to the spiders. We just want them to get pushed over into this killing chamber. So this killing chamber, you can have it as long as you want, but I'm just going to keep it at 4 blocks. So we'd have it looking like this, you know, having it 1 block tall over there up until here. And then we'd go into the killing chamber. But first, and we'll come back to that later once we have the killing chamber done, because we're gonna need to place water that pushes them this way and also that brings them up. So from here, what you're gonna do next is you're going to place 4 oak stairs at the front side of your 4x4 killing chamber, wherever you want the XP and the chest system to go. So I'm gonna have it go this way. This is gonna be the front. Technically you could build this on whatever side you want to have it on. I'm just picking this side. This stair is gonna allow for items to fall down in between the cracks and XP. We're gonna waterlog those later. So next we're going to place copper blocks around our 4x4 plot, leaving that area open for the water to push through. Then you're going to place slabs over here on this level. Next, you're going to add your trapdoors in. You're going to have them facing this way, and you're going to place them everywhere where you had slabs on the edge. If there is a full block, for example, over there, you don't need it. The reason these are here is because if we just had the slabs, the spiders could come out, because cave spiders, they are half a block tall, unlike normal spiders. So doing this creates a 3/8 screen. It's less than half a block is the main thing, so they can't squeeze through. And the reason we place it that way is if, for example, something falls there and we want to go into normal collection chamber, we can just flick it that way. Okay. Now I'm going to come down here. You can get down here by just crouching. So now I'm gonna place some temporary full blocks over here, and I'm gonna place the water in the 2 corners. Now that I place that, now it's pushing them this way. Wait a second, did I do something wrong? I realized what the thing I did wrong was. The killing chamber is water flow is a little bit further that way than I want it, but I can just scoot the flow chamber 1 block more towards me. Okay, the last thing you need to do to make the killing chamber before we start work on the collection chamber is around here where we'd be killing. We'd want to place iron bars, because if we were up against these blocks, there's a chance that the cave spiders would be able to reach us. Placing these iron bars allows us to be able to kill them without being anywhere close to them and risk the damage of getting poison. And poison isn't fun. It's not. Just trust me. Before waterlogging your stairs, if you are anything like me and have a bunch of stuff underneath where there's free space, you want to make sure there's full blocks underneath and surrounding on the edges before you waterlog them. In front of the block underneath them, you're going to place iron bars, and across from the stairs you're going to place iron fences as well. This will allow XP and items to pass through. If this was a full block, where that was a full block, the XP wouldn't be able to pass through, I found. Now you're going to place a full block under this as well, and make sure there's a full block on the sides as well, same as it was up there, and then in that corner as well. And from here, I'm going to break my scaffolding, and then we're going to place down here, this is going to be the last part of the collection chamber. From this point, you just place your water inside of all of the stairs. Then I'm going to place over here a trap door, and then over here you're going to want to place this area for your water to flow through. It's going to be right here, or you could do it 1 block back, or however you want, depending on where you're going to have your collection system and where you're going to have your backlog of XP, because sometimes the XP goes through these grates to you, but most of it gets pushed down the stream. So we place it over there, and I'm gonna move it right. So I want to place my trapdoor right here. This is where I'll stand when I want to get my XP. So underneath that, we're gonna have a hopper placed where we'll have it sent into our collection system. And you can hook up a item crafter to that, so that way you can craft all your string into wool, or at least some of it, because it stacks up fast. And you can also have an item sorter that sorts out the spider eyes and throws them away after you have enough, because you don't really need spider eyes for all that much. But I'm just gonna leave it as that hopper for now, because I'm not sure what I want to do for the storage. All right, I'm gonna place that block there so it flows over here. I don't want it going this far, so I'm just gonna place a trapdoor here so it stops, and then you just can place a chest underneath or over here on the side, however you want to design your storage system. And now, once you make your storage system, you could just literally put a chest there and call it done. But I'm gonna figure out what I want to do. So now the farm is fully functional. Now all you have to do is take away the torches, and then they'll start spawning like that. And as you can see, he's flowing down. Now you don't have to completely enclose their areas, as long as it's dark enough for them to spawn in their box area, the 9 by 9 by 4 tall. As long as it's dark in that area, they'll spawn. So you can have it open, and if you stand on the edge, they can jump at you like this, but as you saw, he jumped and now he hit me. But as long as you're a little bit further away, like 1 block, they shouldn't be able to reach you. And as you can see, they are now flowing in here, and if I just hit them with my spear, it does plenty of damage and they're gonna die eventually. Now I'm gonna figure out what I want to do with this area decor wise. So I'm gonna turn these off, because I don't want to deal with the spiders right now. I just want to figure out what I want this place to look like. Alright, I just finished designing the storage system. It is very janky, and I don't know how I'm going to explain this, so let me turn this off. So firstly, I'm going to put a copper golem in here. It's going to read from this chest. By the way, this is more just like me showing you into my brain and this work I did. You don't have to copy this. This is kind of a mess and not foolproof. So this hopper picks up most of this up and puts it into this chest. When the farm is really full, this can fill up, and then it'll go over here to this overflow chest, which is going to be here. So that way I can still get some string and some spider eyes, because when the copper golem will be standing there picking that up, he'll put the spider eyes back there, and he'll put the string in here. And the string gets put into this crafter, and when it crafts, by this weird activation setup I have set up, it'll go up into this chest, and the wool will then go down into here. And I found this circuit on like the Wikipedia of like a lever activated circuit. So if I click this lever, now this circuit rapidly starts activating. It happens because this block is powered. You could use a normal block as long as that block's powered, but I'm using that. And then the spider eyes that would be in that chest would get pushed down in here, and they'd get rapidly fired into lava that I've yet to place. Like that. Like, phew, that's really fast. Let me turn that off. It's really annoying. And when that happens, that also is activating the crafter. Now see, this is way more empty, and now a bunch of wool. And because this is currently active because of that torch, that powers this target block, that's what it's called. And the hopper that's underneath the chest is powered. So if I have stuff in here, it won't get taken care of. So when the system's off, this will get filled with spider eyes. And when I don't want any more spider eyes and I have too many, I can just dump them into the fire. And I'm proud that I came up with this all by myself. Like, the only thing I copied from something else was this circuit. And it looks like a mess. So if you guys want to, like, imitate this, feel free to, but, like, I don't. It's a mess. I'm not even going to try and show you how to do it. I don't know how I did this thing. It works. Alright, I'm gonna record for the video. And at the same time, I'll be able to show you the progress I've made. Oh wait, don't turn around. Don't turn around yet. Don't turn around.
Okay.
3B.
I'm in the pause screen. I
Alright, that's
can't
fine.
see anything.
Yeah, yeah, don't worry. Okay, so James, let me show you the progress I have made on the cave spider spawner. You can turn around now.
Oh, I'm lagging.
No, you're not.
No, I actually was. I mean, I was
Oh.
moving slowly,
Oh
but I also
yeah,
was
because of all the
lagging.
spiders.
I gotta change. I gotta change my. It was my shaders.
Well, there's also a bunch of entities over there because I was AFKing, double checking to make sure modification I made was working. So we can go
Okay.
check it out now.
Oh no, wait. It is actually just laggy. Okay. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
uh-huh. Come with me.
Whoa. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Oh, it's so
Yeah.
cool. It's so dark in here with my shaders, but
Uh-huh.
the crystals stand out.
Yeah, even in vanilla, that's what it is because the crystals emanate light, and I'm using that
Whoa.
candles and candles to light it up. Why don't you kill the spiders in
But
there?
it's still. Oh!
Go behind you. I
Help
just put a
me!
ladder in just now. Before you'd have to do weird parkour
Oh.
or use a trident.
So, and is it? And it's not. It's because I can't see. It's not lit up enough. It's like enough lighting to where the spiders will still spawn though.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah,
Oh, frick. That's up.
smart.
And you have to use parkour to get around. So why don't you grab
I
the broom? It's on the other side over there where there's a bunch of light.
the broom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go
What's the
ahead.
best way to go about this?
Just smack them.
It just. I forgot. You don't have to do the charge attack. You can just.
Yeah, just smack them. It's got Bane of Arthropods on it.
Oh, there was a really big group over in the
Yeah, in the
corner.
corners, that's where they group up the most. If you pass this crystal, you no
Yeah.
longer can activate that spawner over there. So this area is not a viable AFK spot. It's just purely to get the ones that go on that side. Okay?
All right.
Everywhere else you can stand. And over here, the entrance, see these 3 crystals? This is what you have to be on the other side of if you want that one to activate.
But anywhere in here will work.
Yes, and everywhere
Other
within will work.
between those.
Exactly. Other than obviously
So
like
basically
this
within
spot.
this like kind of holdout area,
Yeah,
really.
exactly. But like this little crevice over here and
But just in the center,
this crevice.
generally.
Yeah, exactly. This crevice leads back into the back where I messed up, and I also now have the redstone for those.
Oh, all the
storage.
XP is coming to me right here.
Yeah, nice.
What the heck?
Yep.
Dude,
You could also
it doesn't
activate
stop.
it by being on top up here, like this, on top of that trash store. And I have a copper golem sorting because we don't
How
have
do you
any
get up there?
comparatives yet. You get up here by doing the parkour or using the trapdoors. I failed.
Oh!
Yeah,
What?
careful. Don't
Hey!
stand too close to the edge. Let me show you the rest of the place. Alright. Parkour. Up here we have the
Ooh, upper level.
enchantment set up.
Ah, so you moved it.
Yep, I did move it. And
It looks a lot nicer.
it does. It looks really nice. And over this way is a vanity AFK spot because I was like, I know everywhere within here you can AFK at, but I was like, you know what? I feel like I should add one that's kind of overlooking everything. I feel like that would be cool. The only changes other than decoration I made was I made this one block lower. This channel right here, from where it goes from here to here. This part's 1 block lower because I found that having this part 1 block up, if I was standing on top of these 2 blocks, or even the ones right behind it, the spiders would jump into this corner and get clogged up there. So I just moved it down 1, and now they won't jump up to me no matter where I stand. And okay, in making this change, I noticed a new problem that would happen. So very occasionally, after, you know, maybe an hour or 2 of AFKing, one spider would end up being able to get out. It would bump its hitbox into another thing and get pushed out of the water and climb up the iron bars. and then roam around. I was perfectly safe because in my AFK spots, I was in places where they'd get stuck in corners before they'd get up to me. But in order to fix this, all I did was I scooted the water source 1 block backwards, and that seemed to fix it. I also didn't have this problem when it was 1 more block up, but you know, that had the other problem I just showed you. So if you have a problem like that, try scooting your water source back so that way the water travels the full distance of 7 blocks before coming to a stop. And this is what it looks like now. I'm just having it scooted. So yeah, if you guys are doing this yourself, you gotta make sure that everywhere is lit up or a non-spawnable block like a slab or a carpet, except you want, you know, your 9 by 9 by 4 areas not lit up. Otherwise they won't spawn. So using low light level blocks like these crystals or candles are useful ways to light up areas if you want to make it look cool. And I'm using a mod that allows me to see what areas are dark enough for mobs to spawn, and it also has options. For example, I can do the numbers, and which is what I've been using here, so I can see how far it is. And I can also turn on the setting that allows me to see the safe spots as well, so I can see the exact light levels, which is useful. And I don't really have many mods that directly affect my gameplay, like Create or anything. It's just ease of life mods that allow me to do things easier, like the zoom or dynamic lighting, you know. The rest of this episode is just I'm gonna finish up decorating this place. I'm really proud of it. And eventually James is going to turn this whole cave system into a basalt area. It's going to be all made out of smooth basalt. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Go check out the next Culture Craft video, which is me making my interior for my starter house. Or check out this video where I make another secret base inside of someone else's base. Okay, bye! This is how to make a lossless, efficient... Oh, frick. It broke.